Hey, Editing Josh here, just jumping in for a quick note. I wanted this video to be a thorough guide on how to build this base from scratch, and turns out I did that, but that also made the video very long. I've added chapters down below for each different part of the base as it gets built, to hopefully make it a bit easier to follow. There was just a lot of stuff involved, and I didn't want to skip over anything and leave out any important information. Alright, that's it from me though. I'll leave you in the somewhat capable hands of past Josh. G'day guys, my name's Josh, you can call me Zawoodle, and welcome back to 7 Days to Die, where I'm back in Zawoodle Park in my testing creative world for a bit of a blast from the past. At the end of Alpha 19, I was doing a $1 million speedrun challenge, the Millionaire series, where I built my horde base inside a fire station. And I was kind of reminiscing about that and thinking to myself that that might be the easiest AFK horde base that I can think of. If not the easiest, definitely the cheapest. It only needs a couple of blocks to work super bloody effectively. So I was thinking about that and wondering, would that kind of base still work in Alpha 20.1 with the new zombie pathfinding AI that causes some problems, to say the least? And if it does work in 20.1, does it have to be built in that fire station, or can you build it as its own standalone thing? Well, there's only one way to be sure of that, and it's to come into this world, build one from scratch, and see how it goes. But I can't build one here, I gotta find a fire station first. So this is the fire station that you need. It's the City Fire Station 7, the old style one, not the new big red monstrosity that's made out of steel and super overpowered and is a favorite amongst the community for a starter base because it's so bloody strong. It's this one, and this one in particular because it has this stairwell here. So as we know from some of the other bases we've built, zombies prioritize trying to get to your level before they start trying to make a way over to you. So if you have to make them go up a stairwell, they will always take that option rather than tear down the walls around you. So this is super valuable here, and this is where the base is going to get built. So the first step is to get rid of all of the stairwell here. Takes a little bit of time, especially if you've got like a stone axe or something, but invest a bit of time into it and you can get rid of it pretty bloody quickly. Clearly faster for me because I'm using the dev tools just to save myself a bit of breath. There we go, that's all gone. And we're just going to basically rebuild that staircase using different blocks that are a bit more to our advantage. I know that those of you who have seen the Millionaire series will already know this base and how it works and why it's so bleeding fantastic, but I wanted to start from scratch so that anyone coming in from a fresh perspective with no assumed prior knowledge and hasn't seen that series will still be able to see how it works from its basics and understand the concepts, so when they go away and build their own one, they can apply their own creativity to it and not just build a block for block replica of what I'm doing. That's never what I want to do. I'll give you the tools to build with, but I'm not going to ever be like, you have to do exactly what I do. Although I suppose you can if you want to, that's not against the rules. But now that the stairs are gone, in fact, I'm going to build this out of wood. Give me just the regular wood blocks. Yes, you would hopefully get it up to concrete if you can at some point, but I'm just going to go wood as if it was like a day 7 and resources are scarce. And then all you have to build, now this is very complicated, but I have faith you can keep up with me. From the top where that last piece of stairs were, you go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Done. That's it. That's all there is to it. 6 blocks to make yourself a viable horde base. So cheap and effective and so good. Because what it does, it gives the zombies a way up to you, just like the stairs were, and there's no other way for them to reach you around this POI. There's no other ladders, no other nothing. Their only way to get to you is up these blocky stairs here. So that's the only way they're going to take, and because it's narrow, they have to go single file, and because they have to jump up blocks, they slow down a lot, so you actually have a lot of things working for you to your advantage. For example, give me a couple of Arlenes, come up here please, single file if you would. Oh, make me look like a plum, there you go, single file all the way up, and all I need to do, stand at the top and throw some hands about. Go away Arlene, oh, got you goopy at the legs, and your friend followed suit. Normally the other will make their way up to the top anyway, but that's fine. And they go back down from whence they came and make their way back up. You can see the occasional strike, they do hit a block here and there every now and again, but as long as you're paying attention, for this early stages at least, you can take care of zombies super bloody easily with no real worries at all. So clearly this isn't an AFK base just yet, and we'll get there. I know I promised you an AFK base that's cheap and easy, but that's coming soon. This is just the foundation. This is just the spaghetti that's gonna hold all the goopy goodness of the AFK sauce and the zombie murder cheese for us to devour later on when the horde shows up. But this is the idea. Now what we're going to do, the first thing I'm going to change about this is get rid of those 4 blocks up there and replace them with the thick wedgy boys. That one there. Not the wedge tips, not the super narrow ones. Just the thick boy with the half a block side there and face the skinny side down towards the floor down here. Because as you saw with Arlene a second ago, when she does go goopy below the knees, she has a habit of sliding. So if I can get her to slide off the edge and go back down the bottom, she'll get out of the way of the zombies coming up behind. So I'll put those ones down like that. The other thing I need is some iron hatches. Now to do this, you do have to get rid of this stupid iron pole here. It's annoying, but you do. Chuck that in like that. And I'll also go advanced rotation, which you hold R, get your circle wheel and let go when you're holding over advanced. And stick you like that. Because that's going to give me... that's actually gone the wrong way. Hang on a second. Go that way? That way, there we go. So I wanted to open up and basically be a door against the zombies, but I can open you, then I can reach over the top with just a club and wail on Arlene a bit while she's making her way up the stairs. Or I could shoot her or whatever, but this is just like an easy way to get through the first couple of hordes until you can make it completely zombie-proof. One last little touch, I'll just chuck in another block up the top in case zombies like stack on top of each other and get over the top of that top hatch. You can just be a regular cube. There you go. Still more than big enough for the zombies to get up here, but will do the job. Now all I need is a couple of Arlenes to kind of prove the theories a little bit. As long as they're still making it up to here, that's fine. Again, I still need to defend myself up here, so when I get to the top, I am going to need to start swinging my lumpy bit of wood around. There you go. I was like, can you stop? Oh, didn't mean to kill you right away, but it proves that she slides off the side. Why are you stopping there? You're kind of getting clipped through the wall. But it's not that big of a deal. You can just make your way out and start wailing around here anyway, regardless of where she stopped. But again, that's why you want to upgrade to concrete, not leave it as wood. She's gone down the bottom. She'll come back up again. Easy as bloody peasy. Nice. All right, that's working nicely. Just to try and control the zombies a little bit more, I'm going to continue that line along the top there. I'm also going to add in, give me you, and we'll go on face and stick you down underneath, and stick you on like that. So there's still like a good, like full block of space there. There's definitely enough room for zombies to move it into, but all that does is to make sure that they can't group up too much at the hatch here. You can still squeeze out, you just crouch and walk on through, plus getting back up and in is super easy as well, and the zombies do jump up there. It's not much of a problem, although what you do need to keep in mind if you're going to do that, I like to extend it all the way out to there, but you'll notice some silly thing like this, where you can't place the block in there, and that's because there's this stupid little like rando wooden plate stuck to the wall here. So if I go like that and get rid of you, chuck you in like that, there we go. I'll just prove that zombies can still make their way to the top. That's all it is. And that's just kind of like the general framework of everything that I want to build. This will get me through day 7, day 14, day 21, whatever horde I need to face, I should be able to face here. There we go, all the way up to the top. Although with the crouching actually, oh, okay, catch you later. The crouching might make it interesting. Wasn't really a thing in Alpha 19 or really at all. So now that that's a thing in Alpha 20, maybe I don't want to put these blocks along the top here. That might be the first change I make from what it was in Alpha 19. Oops, sorry about that. There goes your body and there goes your gubbins too. Interesting. Alright, we'll murder you. You know what? I take it back then. We're building this on the fly and trying to figure out what's best for it. I might keep that along the top there, but those like that enclosure there, we can do without that. Too much of a risk for no reason. Don't want them crouching down. I'm not sure why the zombies are getting stuck on that point there in particular. They're pretty good the whole way along, but just that last little jump there, they seem to be having some second guesses about. So a good thing to be doing once you've got all this built is getting yourself some cobblestone. Super easy to get. In fact, I'll show you. I'll just go, not actual cobble, let's go pallets. Pallet? Yep, that one. Then, so these things are scattered around POIs bloody everywhere. Nothing special, nothing new. But if you take a shovel to one of those, give it just a stone shovel, you get yourself like a good, I forgot what it was, like 40 cobble, I think it was. 24, 30, oh, 35, so pretty close. So basically, how far can you get with 35 cobble? It's 10 per pop. Okay, so go and like break yourself down 2 of those pallets and you'll have enough. Upgrade all these to cobble or concrete if you can, but at least cobble just to stop any inadvertent strikes causing issues. So that there, with whatever guns or weapons you have, be it like pipe, shotguns or pistols or whatever, you're gonna sit at the top here, they'll be in a nice straight line and you can let it rip as much as you want. That should give you enough of a foundation to survive a couple of weeks while you go out and search for the key ingredient of this AFK base. It's very important, you need to have it, or 2 if you actually manage to do that. You need to get yourself a Sammy the Robotic Sledge. A tier 1 will do, any of them will do, just get one of these bad boys. Because that turns this base from being a pretty simple way to defend against a wave of zombies, to being something you can put your feet up and play some pool if you want to, while the zombies just run around in circles, and your little friendly neighborhood Sammy Sledge takes care of business for you. So you can get, by the way, you can get the robotic sledge. It's super cheap to make as well. Breaking down some things will get you the gubs, just need the robotics parts. But if you get 1 point into robotics inventor, which you need in select level 3, so a bit of an investment, that unlocks the crafting for it. But assuming you get it, all he's gonna do is sit in a nice little window at the top here and bonk all the zombies. The block you want to put him into is this one here. Yes, that will take you a fair amount of time to break that down because it's made out of brick, but invest an hour in-game with a stone axe and you'll get it done before too long. And that's where you want to put him. But you want to put him so he's in there facing out this way, ready to bonk the knees of any zombies who come past his face. What I did to get him to face the right way was I went to this little side room in here, which actually doubles as a really good place to have your like living area for the base. You know, so the zombie horde base is just outside the wall, but you can hang out in here easy as. So what is it? It's 2 blocks away from the wall. I think it was between the beds is why I did it. I remember now. Yeah, it is. Okay, good. So we'll go straight down here. Again, will take a while, but definitely worth it. Get rid of you. And that's all you need to do. Just those 2 blocks there, and you are done and dusted. So then you grab Sammy. You look down. Do you still fit in the 1 block gap? I don't think you did that either. No, you don't. So we're going to get rid of that side block there too. That's okay. They'll show you how to fix it up in a second. Just chuck you. Come on, please. You make me look like a Muppet. Go where I want you to go. Sammy, please. Whoever said everything works as smoothly when you're filming shit? Why aren't you going there? You're supposed to fit. By the looks of things, they've changed some of the hitboxes for Sammy the Sledge, which is a bit unfortunate, but not insurmountable. I'll get rid of that. That block's only wood, which is kind of interesting. Yes, there's a big gaping hole there at the moment, but that's okay. I'll deal with that in a tick. We'll chuck you in like that. Sammy's now in position. And these wedge blocks, they're very special. They have some special characteristics, at least they did in Alpha 19, that means that they can sort out a lot of these weird little issues that you might come up against. For example, I'll pick Sammy back up again. I'm going to chuck that same wedge block, if I can get the right rotation for it. Yep, just like that. So thin side towards me, fat side out towards the zombies. Chuck you in like that. You should still fit, and you do. Nice. So from this side, it's still a full block. The zombies can't get through there, but it just means the collision isn't there to have to deal with. You can also go the same thing on the other side in there. We'll go on face. Chuck you. Oh, which one's gonna be the best way? I think that way was the way I had it before. Make sure that Sammy will still fit down there. Yes, he does. I told you those wedge boxes have special characteristics. They're the magic block of all sorts of building. Which means that now this video will be coming out, which means probably that they'll get nerfed, but whatever, it's working for now. Nice. So then, Sammy's there watching the doorway. I can kill whoever gets to the top if I just have the 1 Sammy, but we can make that better later on. Then let's just see what happens. We get like 5 Arlenes, actually. Let's just see what happens to him. I can put my feet up on the couch over here and just see how it rolls. Sammy missed. Sammy. Oh, have they nerfed? Hang on a second. I was spruiking the magical properties of those wedge blocks. Ooh. See that damage? Sammy's clipping blocks instead of clipping Arlene. They might have nerfed it. They might have nerfed it already. Oh, that's very interesting. What if I go like this? What if instead of having the fat side out towards the zombies, it's like a little burrow just there, like a tiny little wombat burrowing away for the winter? Can I still put you down? Yes, I can. So the placement magical properties of the wedge blocks is still there, but the collision for Sammy's noggin isn't quite. So let's go get a couple of Arlenes. There we go. We'll try this again. We'll chuck you back up and get you up the stairs. So hopefully now at least Sammy might make a connection, either emotional or physical, with Arlene, though it wouldn't be the first. There you go. There you go, Sammy. Much better. They jump up. Sammy sees him. Sammy goes, nah, mate, catch you later. One has made it through, but that's okay for the first iteration of it. If I have to kill one zombie out of 5, if that, that's fine. That's fine. That's well okay. They do go to destroy everything mode, which is why the firehouse is a good thing to have, because it keeps most of the build safe. That destroy everything mode does make me nervous though. That's the new addition for Alpha 20.1. As good as Sammy is, I'm not sure he can compete with the Fun Pimp's nerfs. But so far, so good. Now, I know that this is like a bit complicated, having to have Sammy the sledge and stuff like that. And people will be like, oh, you can build an AFK base just by building 8,000 fields of spikes and electric fences and turrets and investing in all that extra stuff, which yes, you definitely can do. But what I'm trying to do is come up with a simple solution, something quick and easy and cheap you can put together. Because yes, anything can be ridiculously overpowered if you invest all of your time and effort and resources into something. You could tunnel to the center of the earth if you wanted to, if you got the time. But time's a luxury. You don't have it all the time in every playthrough. Sometimes you got to play a bit smarter. So I wonder actually, I don't have any points at the moment in robotics, so Sammy's actually firing as slow as he ever will. But you can see in the description here, 30% faster fire rate. So that one zombie who's sneaking through, an extra 30% for the first level might actually like kind of undo that. So we'll get the first level there and see how Sammy goes with that. Let's get 10 Arlenes this time. That's quite a lot, but if you're fighting a day 7 horde on regular settings, that's more than a full wave. Sammy's gone a little faster, not at a blinding pace. He's not Usain Sammy, but he is, well, definitely going faster than before. But that stagger that they have then, alright, just decided to yeet yourself off the edge then. That stagger that they have jumping up the blocks is the all-important part. It gives Sammy enough time to look around and see what his options are. What the heck was going on there? You just clipped through the wall a little bit there, Arls. Okay, he's getting overwhelmed. That's fine. I got your back. I'll take the top, you take the bottom. It is Arlene after all. Not her first rodeo getting double teamed. Just with that setup, just how it is now, with Sammy watching that block and me defending the top bit, I'd be more than comfortable going into like a day 28, a day 35, or day 42 horde nights with whatever I've got. Like if you've got a couple of Molotovs and grenades and ammo or whatever that you've found through normal raiding, you've got all those options available to you. You can shoot, you can throw, you can do whatever, or you can get your melee on at the very end as well. Go side by side with Sammy Boy. It all works and it's all good. Really the only issues are going to be like spider zombies and cops, but relatively easily avoided if I'm being honest. So spider zombies, this is all big and open up the top here, but a super easy solution to that is to get my new favorite block in the game, not the 0.25, the 0.025s, these ones, 0.025 double pillars. I'm going to chuck them like a railing all the way along the top, like that. So just like that. Doesn't look like much, but it will stop a spider zombie. It won't stop cop vomit, but the way you stop a cop from vomiting is just being out of sight. So when it's truly AFK, we won't need to worry about that anyway. In fact, we're just going to go all the way up to the rafters, up the very top, just to make sure there's no room for a zombie to somehow sneak over the balustrades and cause me some issues. I placed that one like a right pelican, but we'll fix it up. And there you go. And that'll keep you nice and safe. So realistically, as long as you're trying to actually defend yourself, you're not just jumping down there and feeding yourself to the zombies like you're feeding a hot chip to a seagull at the beach on a summer's day, you should be pretty fine. That's going to keep you nice and safe. In fact, let's kind of prove the pickle. Give me a couple of spider boys. Get your attention. Now, they may try and jump at me. To jump attack, they have to try and land next to me. Oh, I forgot. I immediately made a muppet of myself. I forgot. Got to get rid of these things down here as well. Don't ask me why they exist. There's a weird little, like, alcatraz there just to make life a bit more difficult for no bloody reason. I will get you, actually. Can I get the same shape back, please? No, not gonna let me. Hang on, I need to get that railing back. Just because I want this to look nice, I'm gonna grab that shape. I love the new options you get now. Copy that rotation and stick you up along there so you match the downstairs bit as well. All the way up to the roof. Lovely. Bloody lovely. Not that big of a deal, but just scratches the itch in the back of my mind that I'm desperate to scratch like a dog with a tick in its ear. Just gotta get in there and claw it out a little bit. But with that all there, the next phase of this is to put in some electric fences. Now, Sammy and me are doing a pretty bang up job already. The zombies come up, Sammy goes bonk, and they go back down to the bottom. And clearly that only gets better the more points that you invest into robotics. So even with this, if you find yourself some some nerdy specs, for example, grab some of you, bang them on me noggin. I'm now level 4. What do I need to be? Level 5 for the next level intellect. So I've only invested, what? I don't know, 4 or 5 points kind of thing. Not much at all. But that's now increased Sammy all the way up to, what are you doing these days? 60% faster fire rate. So we're almost 2 for 1 at this point. He's probably almost good to go, just as is. But to really take this out of my hands, because they're bloody inept at the best of times, I'm gonna get rid of you and give myself a little window, get rid of that one too, up to the very top. Now, up the top here, I'm going to want some electric fences. Yes, we're going to need a way to power all this, so a battery bank, but that's not too much to ask, especially getting more than like the first week into the game. That's kind of why I really like this base, because you can build the starting of it in the first week and fight off the hordes pretty easily, but as you progress through the game, you can make it more and more automated, so you can go and relax. Well, that's all now done, and all I need to do is make sure that I line up my electric fences, so I want the wire to go down there right in front of Sammy. So if they do make it to there, they get fizzled, Sammy goes bonk, and they go back down to the bottom again, easy as anything. That's the dream, I just gotta build it now. I know that Sammy is in the window directly below the rafter, so I can use that to my advantage. I'll grab those, give myself a little bit of a boost, chuck you all the way down to the end, and stick my electric fence right on there. So that should be directly in line, and it is. Now this is where it gets a little bit more complicated, because I'm gonna have to run an electric fence down where the zombies are. Generally not a particularly great idea, but that's what I'm gonna have to do. Don't have a choice, it just is what it is. Otherwise, there's no point running it at all. Stick you level along there. You should be high enough out of the way and covered from the zombies above that you might survive a bit longer. But, worse things have happened. It might get broken throughout the day, but we'll see how we go. Chuck you back down there again. Now, a little trick of the trade is you want to wire the last of your electric fences somewhere that you can repair them. As they work, as they zap zombies, the electric fences will take damage, but only to the last one in that daisy chain. I know this is knowledge that lots of people have already, but I want to try and explain everything, so I'm not just skipping over bits and going, just draw the rest of the out. It's super easy. So I want to put in an electric fence where I can get to repair it nice and easily. Just there, for example. That should do. I'll chuck my battery bank down onto that one, chuck some batteries in, and do the old wiring up. That should work out pretty well. I'm actually going to go and wire the bottom one first, because I'm thinking it might be the easiest one to do. Got to keep the cable black. Yep, up to there. Nice. Okay, get the same one again and go to the top one. To you. And that one into my repairable one in here. And that's it. That's all it is. I'll turn you on. And we'll get ourselves... In fact, let's just go. This is going to be a way too big of a horde enough for this to handle right now, but we'll just see how it goes, actually. We'll just throw a horde at it and see what happens. What's the worst that happens? It'll be fine. You know, if something gets broken, I'll repair it. We'll all be sweet. That's a lot of zombies spawning in. Are you actually charging towards me? No, you're all stuck out there. Okay, there you go. Now they're coming. I just want to see what happens. Oh. Hold on a jiffy. That might be an issue. That might be a considerable issue. I forgot that Alpha 20 has that. So Alpha 20 at the moment has this weird little thing where vehicles and turrets and things like to just teleport through the ground. Just because they want to. Just because fuck you. They want to go teleporting. Who are you to say not to? That might be just another Achilles heel in this base design that's just taking a little bit too far. Had to overcome a couple already, like with the zombies crawling. But if Sammy can't be in position, that's going to cause us much more grief. I need to let them in. I just realized I closed the door behind me. Oh, no I didn't. They're all coming in. Alright, here we go. Well, what's taking you so bloody long? There you go. Get in here. Here we go. Soldier's going to be the first. Gets a bit of a tickle. Sammy boy takes care of business though. So now Sammy's got all the time in the world that he needs. And this is fine. In fact, you know what? Here, I'm going to go out this way. I'm going to go hide out the back out here. My nice little, what would be my cabin, I suppose. And just see how this is going to go without me. Because I think with that electric fence, eventually the electric fences will break down. Having some extras wouldn't be a bad idea. But as long as that's a lot of zombies. This is a 64 zombie horde night, because for testing I want it to be the maximum to see how it goes. But even with 64, one Sammy and one electric fence is doing the trick. And I want a cup of tea, cup of coffee, a cheeky frothy, I don't really mind. The fridge is stacked. That's why they're all coming in, and I've got cold froths upstairs. That's actually going very well. Oh, ScoMo did block the electric fence from all the others trying to get up here though, but Sammy's taking his time, making sure he's hitting center mass on all of them. Done. Guess it still bloody worked. That's so good. Oh, hang on a second. I was curious why the zombies were getting through now. Let's quickly just line up all of you guys to save myself the electric fences. It's because Sammy did the old teleportation trick. That's frustrating. So everything's working as it should, except for the physics engine. The physics engine is setting up the paddle without a creek to row with. Not great. Not great. How can I stop him falling though? Is it because maybe, hang on. Is it because maybe he's sitting on a block that's part of the POI and not a block that I've placed? Oops, I've broken that a little bit, but I can fix it. Let me quickly just chuck down you. So now it's a block that I've put there, right? It's nothing special. It's just a regular block and should exist in the world. And actually, no, okay. I was hoping maybe it would like render differently, but it still looks the same. You can just go back to cobble and I'll chuck you back down again. That's all right. Sometimes issues happen, but doesn't mean everything's broken. Just gotta find a way to work around it. Turn all the zombies back on. You're still cooking along nicely. Alright, well, let's just see how this goes for a little while. I'm not sure when Sammy fell, but I'll keep an eye on him for now. Because if he disappears, then yeah, we're a little bit cooked. Interesting. So it's still working, Sammy's still there, but a few of them are making it through. So not perfect for a 64 zombie horde. Clearly, if you're running any less than that, Sammy wouldn't get overwhelmed quite as easily. For 64 zombies, for 2 of them to make it in, it's a no-brainer. It's a no-bloody-brainer. It's only when they really group up like that as well. But also important to note, none of those blocks, none of the cobblestone blocks that I put down are broken yet. Some of them might have taken some slight damage, but nothing I'm really worried about. But all the pathing is still working. One Molotov down there, just like the fire pit, is gonna work a treat. But as it is, it's going well. It's going really bloody well. So I'm pretty happy to say that, like, that would work as an AFK base for anything other than the biggest of hordes. If you're fighting, you know, like a regular sized horde, if you're just playing regular default settings, done. Done and dusted. Thank you very much. Horde nights are now a cinch. Sammy's got your back as long as he continues to exist in the physical realm. But if you are fighting something bigger, if you are fighting bigger hordes that are coming thicker and faster and scarier, what do we have to do to combat that? I have some ideas, but before I can start working on that, I think it's fair to say if you're going to go onto those bigger hordes, you probably have some sort of concrete, if I can, there we go, some sort of concrete at some point, so you could probably start upgrading these to cement. However, yeah, I was going to say, that's normally the one that takes the most damage because it's at eye level for the zombies. So that's always going to have to be the most important one, but let's go up to concrete for now, all the way around. And how did my electric fences do? You've got a little bit of a tickle. Ooh, you got a bit more of a tickle, and you're not hurt at all. So maybe it's not how I thought it was. I thought it was the last one of the chain that takes all the damage, but maybe not. I'll just chuck you to there and to see how that goes. See which either one of those wants to take the hit for my more important ones. You need iron and you need electrical parts. But if I go and get another Sammy, a second Sammy, which admittedly, especially given how OP Derek Adventure is now, having max level robotics expert, yes, you do need max level intellect, but that's not too much of an ask, I don't think. If you do get all the way up to there, you could run 2 Sammys, and that's when it really starts to get fun. I do also want to say, before I move on, I was talking about how 64 zombies, like a 64 zombie horde is a lot to deal with. I'm building this thinking about like single player, playing by yourself because I don't have any friends. But if you're playing multiplayer, the hordes both get bigger in size and much harder as well. So keep that in mind. You might need to build up a little bit more if you're playing with other people than if you're just playing by yourself. Always important to think about that when you're building a horde base. More people, more zombies. For this next bit of an upgrade, I'm going to do the same thing I did with the first Sammy, but put a second one in. And this is what I did in the Millionaire series. I had max level robotics inventor and was using 2 Sammys to keep myself safe. And 2 Sammys side by side, way too OP. So I'm going to build the same kind of little hutch thing here that I've built for first Sammy into this bit of the wall here. There is the temptation to build it up to the top bit all the way up here, which I suppose you could do because then when it gets stuck on the walls. But let's test it. Let's test it. For me, personally, I built it on that lower one, thinking mainly I didn't want to try to beat through the wall to get up to my little safety area up here, but we'll see how this goes. We'll see how this one goes for us. You can see that there is just wood there stopping them. But if I get rid of you entirely, I'm not confident about this, but we'll see how we go. And I go copy shape and then copy rotation, stick you up the same way. I'm gonna have to get rid of that block though. Yeah, okay. And copy rotation, stick you in. So it's exactly the same. I'll upgrade you all the way up to concrete, try and keep it nice and secure. That one too, and that one too. And that one too, why not? There we go. Okay, nice. Although, I don't, hang on. I do need a way to put Sammy in there, which means getting rid of the back piece. I suppose that works. I suppose that bloody works. In you go. Sammy, just go there for me, please. Now I've got 2 Sammys running. All you need now is an electric fence for you, and we should be pretty sweet. This was kind of an afterthought, this little rampy boy up here, but if that's the one that's taking damage, at least going up here means you can repair both of these without having to do anything too outrageous. Let's give me that one. No, don't go that one then. Can I go from the bottom? Go from there. I still need to wire it up to something, but it's not too much of this. Ow! Ow! That's a bit more of an issue. How about don't run into your own trap, Josh? That might be cleverer. Up to that one. Nice. Now, all you need is power. Probably not a bad idea to wire this up to a switch or something so you don't do what I just did and get yourself electrocuted. Which I probably should have turned off before I came back down. But there we go. You're now wired up. I'll just get back up again. Definitely wire in a switch. Don't be an idiot like me. I'm actually pretty happy with that. I'm just going to upgrade these top blocks up here because they're only wood up to concrete. Those ones are already either concrete or cobble or masonry or brick, whatever they are. So they're pretty strong already, but those ones should be a bit more upgraded. And there we go. Okay, well, in fact, let's not do that. Let's get a proper horde. Is what we had last time, because I am just that little bit more confident that double Sammy goodness can take care of business for us. And while I'm in here, give me the lanterns like that. I'll pop out the old body and chuck some lanterns down so I can see, like up in the corner. That'll do. Okay, nice. Zombies, please make your way in. Here they all come. Come one, come all, like there's fairy floss for free. Get in here and see what happens. this should work. Double the semi power, they're firing faster because now I'm max level on robotics inventor, plus the electric fences. I've still only got, in fact I should probably close those, still only got the iron hatches to keep me safe, but there's no reason. Wow. They're not even making it to the electric fence. First Sammy says, nah mate. There we go, now they're making it through. Between the two of them, that's looking pretty good. What I wouldn't give, like for a dispenser or some sort of like hatch or something I could drop Molotovs out of. Like imagine having a button, you can flick a switch and drop a firebomb into a pit of zombies. I desperately want that because look how effective it would be. I could be safe as houses, chomping on mint slices and drinking my coffee in the other room. Meanwhile, a whole host of zombies are dying. None of them have made it to the top yet. Yeah. AFK base. AFK base for 6 blocks and a couple of Sammys. And some electricity and stuff as well. But scale production to scale in the challenge. It's gone pretty well. Gone pretty bloody well. I'm just going to watch this for a while and see how it goes. It took a long time, but something has finally gone awry. We have lost one of our electric fences, the one right down the bottom there. And there's actually quite a few zombies in destroy everything mode. Oh my god, you went flying, buddy. Speaking of flying, Sammy, like even with like one less electric fence, Sammy boy upstairs is still doing a peach of a job up there. But some zombies are like turning and trying to wail on the turrets instead of going all the way up to the top. Not sure why. I'm not entirely sure it's not because I've hollowed out that wall there. And I might see that as an option now. But either way, yep, here comes some more friendos. It's like the destroy everything mode is still an issue because it's way too overpowered. They're way too trigger happy to go into that mode at the moment. But for the most part, there's no real dramas here at all. Like, yeah, they broke one of my electric fences. And if they do break that wall, like, so what? It's really only this block here that's important. And that's doing okay. That's doing okay. That's doing okay. These guys are fine all the way through. Yeah, I'm not worried at all. Admittedly, for me, I wouldn't use this as an AFK base. I'll say that right now. If I was playing the game, I wouldn't build this and use it as an AFK. What I would and have, build this and sit up the top here and start railing down rounds at them. Either Molotovs or AKs or whatever. They're all there for the killing. May as well kill them. I'm going to chuck that electric fence back in there. Could just wire it all up against what's all working for me. Where are you? Just over that side. Grab you down to that one. There's two things I want to do. I need to protect those electric fences pretty clearly because they're taking a bit of a scraping. But I also want to just see if I can stop them going in to destroy everything. We've experimented with this before. We know that dropping into water has that effect, but if another zombie lands on their face, then they go in to destroy everything anyway. We repair all this stuff, get it back up to where it should be. But I'm thinking, given like with the electric fences and stuff like that and how this base is working out, if I just put in like one block of water down the bottom down here, then potentially if they fall into them, that will stop them, like some of them going in to destroy everything, at least halve the chance of that, I think, in my head. But also should keep my my electric fences a bit safer. But I'm also gonna fill yep, grab that one. Gonna fill you up just to make it nice and redundant, but also go get sheets. Yeah, like you. Oh, this could be dicey. What can I stick you to? That one. Okay, it's all going to be connected to that block up there, but that's fine. Just some concrete sheets to keep it all nice and safe and secure and happy like. You can go back to being a full block too. Or let's go ramp. Bit of aesthetics, Josh. I know I'm thinking out loud and just kind of like wandering my way through this, but we'll get there. We'll get there. It's fine. Stick it up like that. Look how much better that looks for a little bit of extra thought. And there you go. My electric fences are now hidden behind those concrete sheets, which aren't strong. They're not really strong at all. But how strong are you? Barely at all, but will give a decent amount of protection from accidental hits on the electric fences. Just keep it a little bit safer. But more importantly, we now have a bit of a divot down here. I'm going to line the bottom of it with concrete. I'm going to one block further down, actually. Line all the bottom with concrete and then fill it with a little bit of water. Shouldn't take too much water blocks to do. That's going to keep it further away from the electric fences as well as an added level of protection. There you go. Nice little wading pool down there. That took me 3 blocks of water. So a bucket, 3 trips, or 3 buckets in 1 trip. I'll let you do whatever you want to do with that. Got a nice little wading pool down here, which should keep them from going into destroy everything mode when they do get bonked off from the top. I'm also going to get rid of these. Now, obviously, I'm breaking lots of concrete blocks here. This would take time and effort and resources, so I mean, if you've got an auger or something, then go for that. But I am just kind of doing this with the assumption that at this point, you're probably far enough in the game that you have those kind of tools available to you. I need the corner 50 stair block. Like that, but thicker. I'll just go you. Will you work? No, you look ugly as dicks. Why do you, come on, where's the one I need? Is it that one? I think it's that one. The cube half inside corner. Yes, it is. Nice. Okay, so the zombies land. They have a way to get up and out again. They shouldn't get stuck down there. Let's see how that one goes. That should keep them from getting aggro. It really bloody should. So let's go out to 22 again. There we go. That'll start the horde. Are you all coming? Yes, no, maybe. I don't know. Now you definitely are though, because I've turned your brains back on. Here they come. Here they come. I like that though. That looks really nice. It's like an ornamental fountain that actually has some use. Don't know where all my business boy was going, but he's doing his own thing. I knew you were trash, buddy, but riding a trash can, but I can't complain. I've ridden Arlene. Come on, here we go. They come up. Now, neither of you should be in destroy everything because you landed in the water. That's kind of like the most important part here. I'll turn your AI on. Nope, no one's going to destroy anything yet. That might have worked out really well. It's taking ideas and lessons we've learned from other builds and applying it to this one. This could go really well for me, actually. This could be a peach. We've got one guy. That guy in the yellow down there is in destroy everything at the moment, though he's getting swarmed by his brethren, so I can't see him anymore. Yeah, there's another one. So it is happening sometimes at a significantly lower rate than it was before. Plus, the added bonus of having that drop means they're going to break the block below the important ones. So that block there that was getting damaged, they're now breaking that one. Which doesn't seem like much, but it does mean that the pathing remains stable for much longer. It's just the sheer amount of zombies making the destroy everything happen, because they're landing on each other's heads and causing grief. This is good though. If you were running a smaller horde, this would be fine, even just with the single Sammy. Because look, Top Sammy's on a holiday. He hasn't lifted a finger in a long time. He's just sitting over there basking in the glory of his twin. And when he does take a shot, he breaks my lantern. Sammy, come on. So far, this is going really, really so good. Sammy is doing work. The only issue I'm seeing is these blocks down here at the bottom. They are taking a bit of a beating, but that's not really too much of an issue. Because like even if those break, that's not going to change anything. It's going to break the base, and it's going to change the pathing. It's just kind of like superficial damage, really. And it's only happening because of this big clusterfuck of zombies down the bottom. So I'm not really worried about that. But I haven't shot a zombie at all so far. Lots of zombies are dying for either electricity or Sammy doing the work. Could put some like chlamydia mods or like weighted head mods or something into Sammy, make him even more potent. Yeah, this is fine. That block's getting a tickle as well, but so far okay. If they go through that wall at that point, they're just going to end up in the garage on the other side. So do it. I don't care. You're not going to get anywhere anyway. I've been watching this for a while now, and like it's working very, very well. The only issue is this Alpha 21 super eagerness to get into destroy everything mode. If it wasn't for that, none of the issues I'm having here would be a thing. The Sammys are doing a great job. Electric Fence is doing a great job. Like, I'm nice and safe. I'm in the other room. I'm not really in any danger at all. And clearly, if I was out here defending myself or throwing one Molotov, I would be much better off than I am. So I'm pretty happy with that. It's not like a perfect AFK base, just because like what can you do now when the zombies are so eager to break blocks that they'll forego breaking a person instead. They're more hungry to break concrete than flesh, so you can't really deal with that. But I'm actually really happy with that. That's gone an utter treat. But I did promise building one as a standalone. This, like watching this happen has given me lots of ideas for something else I can build, which will happen in another standalone episode. But I'll stop that. I'll quickly go back to daytime and go back to the park and build myself a standalone one. But for what it was, I was expecting this to be way more broken. That's a kick-ass base. That is a kick-ass base. It could be AFK for an entire horde night. I'm on super slow speed and max zombies. So for a regular horde, you can make it through the night with very little dramas. Just do the repairs in the morning. So not like a true AFK base. It hasn't been possible since like Alpha 17, but about as close as you can get with the current parameters. So let's go build a standalone one. And I mean, I don't have high hopes for it with their new desperation to break shit, but we'll see how it goes. I really like how the Alpha 20 version of the park has come together. This little dirt track down the guts and then the bases scattered around. It look really cool with everything else I have rattling around in my head when that's all built. But, okay, so what was it? It was like that. I am nervous about having like stuff just like flat on the ground because that's what zombies will try and attack when they go in to destroy everything. So maybe putting in some like floating plates for them to like congregate under might be a good idea. I'm not sure, but I will just build what I know works and see how it pans out. Admittedly, I'd rather be doing this in like a fire station or something with walls to hold all this stuff up, because at the moment it's not particularly solid. How can I do this better? Or do I just build a wall on the back side here that's gonna hold it all up? So eventually they'll break some of the blocks, but not that much. Although I kind of like the look of the self-sustained spiral. I'm not sure what the right option here is. I'm really not. I mean, that's all it was. Hey, it's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So the 6 blocks of destiny are still all there, but got some ramps underneath to hold it all together and a column for me to stand on. Although that should be the one that I guess has the floating plates on it. So I'll quickly go, so let's go like this. Let's just get rid of that whole thing. Go like that. I'll get the platey boys. I'll stick one, that's fine. Go like that and go on face. Nope. On face. There we go. Get rid of both of you. Just defy physics a little bit just because we bloody can. I mean, it doesn't look like much, but the theories are still there. Now all I need is a couple of Sammy boys on the backside to keep my hopes and dreams alive. Simple. No, okay, I got advanced. Got a sneeze brewed in my head that I really wish would get out of my face right now. That one and that one. Although I need a way to like protect the zombies from going onto that as well. Give me the Sammys, I'll figure out what, it's not called a Sammy, Josh, it's called a sledge turret, there you go. Give me a couple of you and I'll figure out what to do with them. I'm thinking that maybe I was just overthinking it. I'll chuck you there and you there. Now all I need is just a box to keep me safe and out of sight from the cop zombies and stuff. So that wouldn't be too hard. Just build off this little column here that's floating above the ground because physics is not a thing. Go all the way up. In fact, you're gonna need a little bit more room, I think. Just a prison. Just building myself a prison to keep myself out of harm's way. We'll get you. Go on face, that one. Stick you along like that. Nice. Alright, well, it needs a door on the front, but once it's got that, we'll be pretty sweet. Not a whole lot of escape to be had, but well, we'll see how we go. You ever had one of those days where you're like, oh, I'll just clear up that one block there. That'll be fine. Nothing bad will happen. And then something bad happens. That wasn't my best moment. Ah, god damn it. Shit. Okay, there we go. It's not much to look at all, but my little jail cell over here will do the trick for me. We'll get out of that. I don't think it's going to work as a standalone. I think there's too much liability, too much responsibility placed onto only a couple of points. And I don't know the first thing about responsibility, so I can't imagine my bases do either. Just too many weak points, too many fracture points. I'm not confident. I'm not confident at all, but we'll see what happens. I'll grab you. I'll just chuck a lantern down so I can see a little bit. There we go. Zombarinis, please come in. A full 64 horde again. Much too much. I haven't put the electric fences in action. We'll see how it goes without them. Hopefully just the double summons will do the trick. The slowing down for the jumps might be what saves it. Nor do I have the kiddie pool to stop going into destroy everything mode. That's fine. In fact, interestingly enough, because there's no wall next to first Sammy, actually gets a better look at the zombies than he did otherwise. That's very interesting. So I'm hoping that because I'm actually standing on top of the levitating pole, that might stop them going into the store everything and breaking those, like the stairs. But I mean, those guys kind of are, but I can see a couple of ham sandwiches getting thrown around. That's not great. That's not great at all. No. Nah, that's not what I wanted at all. Damn. I don't think this works as a standalone idea. If you look at that block in there right now, that has taken a salt and pepper. That is not looking as good as it was at the start. And like, yeah, I don't have the electric fences nor the dipping pool or anything like that. But I think to get this to work as a standalone, it will require a pretty substantial redesign with some like force fields and stuff as well, taking advantage of some of the other things that we've learned to get it to get close to working. Because it's just like it is kind of working, but not good enough for me to vouch for it, I don't think. I don't think it's up to par. If you're going to build this, build it in the fire station. It works really, really bloody well there. Plus you have redundancies to fall back on. But what this has done, though, has given me ideas for other things I can build. So I can come back and build some other stuff. There's something I think I can do with this that's going to be a right peach. But hey, if you've been watching this and got to this point, it's been a pretty long video, actually. I've been recording for like 3 hours at this point. If you're watching all this and you think this is kind of fun, perhaps consider tickling the subscribe button down there, because my monkey brain likes to see numbers go up. So if you're still here, consider doing that, because I would really bloody appreciate it. Oh, that block is gone. Yep. Alright, well, they're climbing each other to get up. They're going full World War Z. But there you go. Not a viable option as a standalone. But either way, I'll have to come back and build some of those ideas that I have rattling around in my head in another episode, because this episode is done. So thank you guys for watching. Most of all, thank you to the page of the Patreon who made this episode possible. If you liked it, make sure you hit the like button down below, subscribe to this channel, follow me on Twitter. If I don't talk to you there first, I'll see you in the next episode. Have a good one.